Well, looking at the Electoral Commission roadmap, Monday is the official date for the reception of nominations for candidates for local governments, including special interest groups. Now, this will carry on up to the 1st of October 2020. We speak to the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission, and that is Paul Bukenya. Welcome to Talk of the Nation tonight. First and foremost, we'd like to hear from you. What is involved in this exercise on Monday?
We are going to be conducting nomination of candidates for various elective positions at local government level. And this includes district chairpersons, city chairpersons, municipality chairpersons and councillors, and sub-county chairpersons, town chairpersons, and municipal division chairpersons. So this is the whole range of local government council positions. The nominations will be conducted starting Monday for a period of 10 days and across the entire country, 146 districts. Well, persons who want to contest for the various selective positions in local governments, that is district chairpersons and councillors, women councillors representing 1/3 of the councils, and then municipality chairpersons and councillors and local governments at LC3, which is sub-county, town, and municipal divisions. Those persons who have prepared themselves for that purpose will be able to present themselves to us for purposes of nominations. We qualify when you're a registered voter, a Ugandan citizen. Of course, age requirement applies on some of the elective positions, but for most of these positions, it's 18 years and above.
Well, it was also evident in the recently concluded NRM primaries that there was clear violation of the SOPs, against the COVID-19 pandemic. What are you putting in place to ensure that we avoid the same?
So, yeah, we expect a big number of aspirants for these positions across the country. Now, we've said that we will only receive 3 persons at the nomination venue: the candidate, the proposer, and the seconder. So we will not allow convoys and large groups of people coming to our nomination venues. It was laid down in our guidelines. So that is a measure to stop to combat the spread of COVID-19 during the nomination process. We've also provided the forms on website so that as much as possible, those who can access them through the website, although we also provided hard copies at the districts. So we've been taking the aspirants through, and we believe they will abide by that because it's good for us all.
Been talk of the opposition not having a favorable environment to carry out the virtual campaigns, considering that we are now in this scientific period where we have campaigns, elections scientifically. What are some of those challenges that you think the opposition is dealing with? And you as the Electoral Commission, what are you doing to address them? We
are appealing to both political leaders and their supporters and agents to comply with them because it's good for all of us. We want the candidates to be alive and healthy throughout the entire, because there is life after elections. We want the supporters to be alive and healthy so that they are even able to come and vote on polling day and live a life after elections, because after 8th of February, we will have finished the electoral roadmap and there will be life and things to do. So we're encouraging as much as possible, low human-to-human, interaction. And that's why we talked about using remote engagement where possible, but also things that we've been using. We've been using posters. We can continue using them. They give you visibility in the communities, flyers, banners. People have always been using radio announcements. They've used them before. Promote them. Just take them to a higher level. And then, of course, Kakuyege, where, like I'm talking to you now with the distance, and then, of course, regulated meetings. Regulated meetings mean that you, as much as possible, make sure that you plan a meeting and involve security and Electoral Commission officials as well as Ministry of Health to ensure that the venues are ventilated and then there are spaces for social distancing. So we've given clear guidelines on how this can be achieved. Of course, we've advised as much as possible to use facilities, phones, because people are already using phones. We've used them, SMSs and other things. They help you to take your message across, as well as social media, for those who can use that. We've already seen videos going around, and they have impact. They create impact and visibility in the community. So it's new for all of us. It's not normal. It's quite a situation that's challenging to everyone, but we want to protect each other. The election officials are young men and women from the communities. We don't want them to be exposed to the risk of COVID-19 at the same time. So it's a challenge, but I think we'll live up to it and be responsible so that as much as possible we conduct campaigns in a manner that does not expose the electorate as well as candidates to COVID-19.
Finally, Mr. Paul Bukenya, we know that also the sections of the public wonder if the Electoral Commission can have violent-free elections. And we also wonder tonight, is it possible for us as a country to have violent-free elections?
And part of what we are really working at is strengthening our messaging, because we need to send a message to you that a peaceful election is good for all of us. We cannot do it alone. We're just a small group organizing elections for the entire country. So it's a decision you have to make as Ugandans that this election, I will not be violent, I will not escalate issues and promote, riotous conduct or rowdy behavior. It's a decision you have to make as a country, and that's the messaging we are taking across and saying, please, let's not involve ourselves in acts of violence. They don't add to the value of our democracy. They take away instead. They do not promote democracy in this country.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Paul Bukenya, for joining us tonight on NTV Weekend Edition. And that brings us to the end of the conversation with the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission. And of course, NTV Weekend Edition will continue shortly.